Hi, it's David here from the PPC Machine. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know one of the things that lots of mortgage brokers really struggle with is how to use social media to generate leads and inquiries and get new clients. And so because of that, one of the things I did last month in the group coaching program that I run for mortgage brokers and IFAs, the Predictable Pipeline program, was I got a guest expert, Chris Target, to come along and run an hour-long training session on how to use social media to get more mortgage leads. Now, I can't share the full recording of that with you because that's for members only, but what I thought I'd do today, for those of you who are following me on YouTube, is just share with you 3 or 4 of the top highlights from that call, because while Chris was talking, I made loads of notes here, and I just want to go through and share with you some of those top tips. So if that sounds of interest and you want to learn how to use social media to get more mortgage leads, stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that Chris talked about was the kind of images that you use in your social media posts. And the big thing he was saying was not to use the same sort of boring stock images of houses or people in offices or that kind of stuff that you see in so many Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn posts to do with mortgages. What he said you should do instead is to use an image which actually is really unrelated to mortgages. So as people are likely to sort of stop and go, what's that about? Why are they using that? And the example he gave was using a tooth, the kind of image that you might use if you're a dentist. And putting a tooth in the image that you use in your Facebook post, but then using a caption with it that relates that back to the world of mortgages. So you could put a big, nice, striking image of a tooth on a contrasting colour background, and then have a caption saying something like, you wouldn't trust your best mate to give you a filling, so why would you go to your best mate for mortgage advice? And then, of course, your post can talk about the benefits of using a mortgage broker. And that kind of thing's really quite easy to do using tools like Canva. And on the call with the members the other week, Chris actually showed step by step how to create that exact post example that I said there. So that's a really good tip, is use images that people wouldn't expect a mortgage broker to use, because then your posts are more likely to get noticed. The second tip that Chris gave was to be consistent with your posting and to post multiple times a week. Now, he said as a minimum, in terms of Facebook, he was saying as a minimum 3 times a week, and make that 2 business posts and 1 personal. But better still, if you can manage it, you want to be doing 3 business posts and 2 personal. Don't be worried about putting out too much stuff, because not everyone is going to see everything that you post, so it's not going to be overkill if you post something every day. Now, the next thing was to be varied in what you post. Now, I said there about it being a mix of business and personal. And one of the reasons for that is that, generally speaking, when you post something personal, it's going to get more engagement from the people who follow you and see your posts. And Facebook will see that you've got that high level of engagement. And so the next time you put a post out, even if it's a business one, Facebook's going to show your post to a wider number of people because it knows that your last post got a good amount of engagement. So by being varied and mixing it up and having a mix of business and personal stuff, you're overall going to get a wider reach to the stuff that you're posting. And of course, the more people see your post, the more likely you are to get leads and clients from it. So how do you make sure that the stuff you're posting is varied? Well, one way is to use the social media calendar that Chris has created, in which he sells on his website. And the beauty of that is it gives you a whole year's worth of social media posts in one simple calendar. So in just an hour or so, you can come up with all your ideas for a whole year using the template that Chris has provided. And he sells it on his website for £120, but if you use the link in the description down below, you can actually pick up a copy of that calendar for just £99. So do go ahead and grab that. It's really worthwhile and will be a big time saver and help you come up with more varied stuff for your social media posts. And then the final tip was to make sure that you have consistent branding and that you're using the same look and feel and colours on all of your social media posts, so as your posts become instantly recognisable in your local area. And Chris can explain that far better than I can, so I'm just going to cut across now to a little clip from the recording of the call where Chris explains that particular point.
So the first thing that you need to do with your social media post is to create a brand before we even think about ideas or when to post or where to post them. And the analogy I always use is the orange carrier bag, that if you see somebody walking down the street with an orange carrier bag, You don't even have to look at the logo. You automatically know that that's going to be Sainsbury's. And that's the strength that you need your social media posts to be within your local area. So if somebody sees your specific color, even if they don't read that post, they know that it's you posting. So subconsciously, you're drip feeding your brand into their social media feed.
Okay, so there you go. There's 4 tips on how to improve your social media and get more mortgage leads from the social media posts that you're putting out. Don't use stock images. Be consistent in your posting. Be varied by using something like the social media calendar, and make sure that you've got strong and consistent branding. If you would like to know more about that topic, if you're a member of the Predictable Pipeline Program already, then do go and check out the recording of it in the members area. If you're not yet a member and would like to join, so as you get access to the recording of Chris's session, plus another couple of years worth of recordings we've done of live training and coaching calls covering all aspects of social media, digital marketing, etc., then you can do that for a very reasonable price, and I'll put a link in the description down below where you can find out all about the program and get yourself joined up. It is the perfect thing for any mortgage brokers or IFAs who want to improve their marketing and their lead generation using online training, group coaching and support from me along the way. Thanks very much for watching the video. Hope you found it useful. If you did, there's a button specifically for that. It's the thumbs up button. Do give that a click to show that you liked the video, and consider subscribing to the channel so as you are the first to know whenever I put out more videos like this. Thanks again. See you soon.